New at 10, the return of freezing temperatures this week raises concerns for the unhoused in St. Louis. 2 warming shelters closed yesterday, but advocates are trying to get them reopened. First Alert 4's Kimberly Donahue has the story.
We've had a really cold winter.
As a number of unhoused people enjoy the warmth at Peter and Paul's campus on North Florissant, CEO Anthony D'Agostino says he worries about the frigid cold this upcoming week.
Every year, there's always a difficulty in finding enough money to shelter and house people. That's our community, and I think a lot of communities. And this one, because of the extreme nature of this winter, I think everyone's very worried about that.
Last week, Peter and Paul had a pop-up shelter on Sydney Street, funded by an anonymous donor. D'Agostino says it closed Saturday and is looking for more money to reopen it. According to the city of St. Louis, inclement weather beds funded by the Department of Human Services become available when the temperature drops to 25 degrees or below.
It's always hard to see people have to live outside. It's very traumatic for people to have to live outside and day to day just struggle to survive. But it's particularly scary this time of year.
D'Agostino says while the costs differ from shelter to shelter, he estimates it costs about $40 per bed per day to run a pop-up shelter. He says at least 80 people had used the Sydney Street facility while they were open.
That's the issue with pop-up. Like, they're always popping up or not based on the facility, and if they're able to be opened at that facility, like how long can they be open, costs associated with everything else, coordination.
Anthony's hoping there will be a chance for the pop-up warming center to reopen this week with more frigid temperatures in the forecast, and in the meantime, find a solution to keep more warming centers open throughout the winter.
Tomorrow will tell. We have to try to find a little more funding and then make sure we have staff, because it's not just funding, but it's having people who can operate the shelter, and then it's having the resources around that.
In North City, Kimberly Donahue, First Alert 4.